Hi, my name is Osvaldo Contreras, and today, for my demonstration speech, I will be showing you guys how to create the Pompadour hairstyle. And now the Pompadour hairstyle originated from back in the 18th century from Madame de Pompadour. And Madame de Pompadour was the mistress to Louis XV, and she had this very tall and big hair that basically went up and over, down to her side, flowing down into a ringlet-like form. And it was like really cool. And this hairstyle is really popular for both men and women, men especially in the 1950s, 1960s, because this hairstyle is more of like a vintage slick back look, and also it's very rockabilly, which means this hairstyle can be messy, it can be texturized, it can be in any form you like it, just as long as it's got that pompadour shape and look, and you're all good. I'm going to show you guys the tools you'll need for this hairstyle. One of the main tools you'll need is the comb, because without the comb you can't make the pomp, which basically goes up and over. The next tool you will need is your product, and I'm using Hairbond's professional hair putty. You can also use gel, or you can also use a wax, just as long as it's a water based and basically just makes your hair look really smooth and shiny, kind of like a greasy look, not too much, but just a really smooth and shiny look. One of the last things you'll also need is optional, but I don't really use it as much unless you really want to lock in your look, is hairspray. And hairspray, it can be any type of hairspray. You don't have to have like a very specific type of hairspray. Just any type of hairspray will work, but just as long as you have hairspray, if you want to lock in your look, you're gonna have to use hairspray. So let's start the hairstyle. One of the first things you need to do, the first step you need to do for this hairstyle is grab your product. And what you need to do is basically just grab, I think, around a dime size amount of product. You want to rub the product into your hands like a lotion, basically just rub it in there so that it's all warmed up. And then once you feel like the product is all warmed up in your hands, you just basically want to rub up and back from root to the tip of your hair. So root to back, root to back, root to back. And then you want to go down and then go back up again. And then you can also add a little more product if you want to make it look a little more wet, or like a glossy look basically. So you want to just grab a little more and then just basically rub it into your hair the same way that you were doing it. Rub it into the sides. Alright, so the next step, you need your comb. And now for this step, this is a really important step. What you need to do is basically, you're going to push up and over. You're going to push up and over, up and over, up and over, and over, and just repeat that all around your head. Up and over, and over, and over. Now the reason I'm putting my hand like right there after I've already combed my hair is basically just to leave the hair in that place. So let's say, for example, I do it right here, put my hand there, it'll leave it into that form. So basically just do it all around your head until you feel like your hair is basically into place. And if your hair looks like mine, and like these hairs really won't blend in, what you want to do is just grab a little bit of water, just a little bit, into your hand. Rub it into your hands. And just put it in your hair the same way you put the product. See, now it's got that wet look, and that's what we want for this hairstyle. Alright, so now you want to do it again. Going up and over, up and over, up and over. And just repeat that same process again for your head. Because what we want to have for this hairstyle is we want to have it all basically just flat in our head. Alright, so I think that looks good right there. Alright. Now the next step you want to do is create the hard part on your side of your hair. So what you want to do is, well, the hard part is basically an imaginary line on the side of your head to create more of like a sharp look for your hair. So basically, you're gonna do is see my hair is already into that shape because my haircut is basically an undercut, so it's already set up. But for those that really have long hair on their sides and want to like separate those hairs, this is what you need to do. So basically, just grab the long side of your hair, push it down, and just push these hairs basically down. Grab your hair, pull them down, just like so that you can separate the hairs. The next thing you want to do is basically just push the side up, side up. You want to push all the hairs up to the side, comb them to one side, and you want to do that to the back. And once you have done that step, alright, there we go. You can repeat the same process, so you want to go up and over with the hair just to create the slick back look. Up and over, up and over. And like I said, if you still have hairs right here that are just like basically not blending in, like some of these hairs are just standing out all weird, you can just grab a little bit of product. So let's say like maybe with your pinky, just grab a little bit of product and just like rub it into your fingers. And then you just basically just want to rub it in there, just so that the hair can basically just blend in and stay in place. See, like that. Alright, there we go. And I think that's basically it. And now, the last step, which is basically to put hairspray into your hair. It's really optional for you unless you really just want to have it natural for your hair. You can add hairspray just to lock in your hair. Just shake the bottle up and just add it to the pump basically, because you don't want to add it anywhere else. Mostly to the pump, just a little bit, and you're all set. And this will just keep your hair into place and not move it, whether you're at a party, going out, or with your friends, or wherever, in any occasion. You'll just basically lock your hair in. It'll basically lock in your hair. That's what it'll do. And that's how you create the Pompadour hairstyle. And now, what I like about this hairstyle is that you can basically just customize it however way you want it. So what I do with this hairstyle is basically just mess it up a little bit. So what I like to do is just basically like rub my hands through it. Maybe just mess it up every side. Well, not every side, but just a little bit. See? Just so that it can look a little smooth. You can also just mess up your fringe a little bit and just make it look a little more natural, I guess. See, like this. Or another thing that I like to do with my hair with this hairstyle basically is just with your two fingers just twist the fringe up a little bit just so you can put in a little more texture in it. See, like that, see? A little more. Let's see. And there you go. And that's how you make the Pompadour hairstyle. Thanks for watching.